Italy. Want to hear a fun fact about Italy? Let's do it. Credits go out to website foreignwide.com and writer Max D. Knight. A fun fact about Italy is, over here, the most popular food is the tomato. It's the most popular food. It's the most iconic food. Bottom line, tomato is the biggest food when it comes to the nation of Italy. But that storyline with tomatoes becoming an icon that it is today, it actually goes back a little bit, and it originates over in Peru. The nation of Peru, they're very big on tomatoes and just using tomatoes as an ingredient for the food that they made over there. And after Spanish discovery, the Spanish bring it back to Europe, and this town inside Italy named Naples, picked up on it after Spanish discovery. And then from there, Naples goes on to be the birthplace of pizza, Naples, Italy. And then from there, Italy becomes the face and becomes the pretty much tomatoes and Italy are synonymous with each other at this point, to where Italy has came out with so many delicious saucy foods that we've come to know and love all the way up until today. So when I sit back and look at that and digest that fun fact, no pun intended, I just sit back and think, could you imagine a world without sauce? Could you imagine a world without sauce, like tomato sauce? That would be crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably spiral into a crisis. I don't even know how I would live, to be honest with you, because I do love me some saucy food, like tomato sauce. And one of my favorite foods always growing up has been pizza. But I've grown up with a lot of saucy foods in regards to like pasta. We call this pasta. And some of those, to name a few, would be pizza. Also think about lasagna. I think about ziti. I think there's so much. It's spaghetti. You can't forget spaghetti. I grew up with all these things. So just to imagine a world without sauce, I'm not gonna lie, I was spiraling into a crisis. You also can't forget mozzarella sticks. It's like a flip. Instead of your dish or your appetizer being made with sauce, mozzarella sticks is just the cheese and the breaded cheese sticks, and you flip it. Now instead of sauce being inside pre-packaged, you have sauce for the dip. So you use the tomato sauce, the marinara sauce for the dip. That's also another style of food that I enjoy a lot. But just to sit back and look, it's like, wow, like I don't even know how I'd be still alive right now if there was a world that we were living in right now, some multiverse within the world that we were living in, and there was no marinara sauce, there was no tomato sauce of any degree, shape, or form. I don't know, I'd probably go into a crisis. But nah, like, what this also brings me back to is, if you're coming from my United Kingdom video, fun fact about United Kingdom, I speak on something called spiritual roots. Spiritual roots is the other end of the spectrum. If we were to break this down from a duality perspective, it's the other end of the spectrum, as opposed to what we all already know and may be familiar with, which is concrete roots, which is your bloodline. This is how you're born. These are your concrete roots, as in like this is your origin, like from a more practical point of view, a more practical sense. Your bloodline, your genes, and how you reflect in the physical form. Whereas spiritual roots is how you connect with the world. These are the things that you come to know and like and love throughout your life after taking a note to the inclinations that you've been maybe carrying from since you were young, the things that your spirit naturally gravitates towards. And those roots could be anywhere throughout the world. It could be in any country throughout the world, any place throughout the world. It's just up to us to, I guess you could say, do our research and do our study up on our history and go back down the timeline and learn why is it and what are the reasons as to why we love the things that we love in this life that we share. And a lot of the reasons could stem from other nations and countries from different continents all around the world. Like, it gets really global. And with Italy, just like that, we know Italy as the icon for sauce and anything tomato sauce based in regards to food. Same way we know with the United Kingdom, they're very big on tea. And we almost like the same. It's almost like a continuation of the UK video. The analogy with UK and tea, if we were to use that same analogy, with Italy, it'd be tomato sauce. And look, another example, the tomato sauce and its rise to becoming an icon for Italy, it originated from Peru. The Spanish discovered it, and then from there, Naples, Italy discovered it, and then directly after that, that's how pizza was born. And then from there on forward, it just took straight off. It didn't show no signs of slowing down. Now, Italy's the icon for tomato sauce-based foods. So I just sit back and just, I just become amazed behind that. And immediately, if you're anything big on foods that's tomato sauce based, I'm gonna say it again. You have bro guys and angels that's waiting for you in Italy, obviously, but you also have angels and bro guys that's waiting for you in Peru and in Spain. So this is worldwide. This is very much so worldwide. And I say all this to say this: what are the foods that you grew up on that may have used tomato sauce or that was tomato sauce based? Like I said, mine was spaghetti, pizza, ziti, lasagna. Those are a few of mine. But what are yours? I would love to know. What are the saucy foods that you grew up on that you may have come to like in your life from wherever part of the world? I would love to know.